Oh, Amazon, USPS. They have been a bane of my existence for the past couple of days, but luckily, it's all been taken care of now. You would think that if your delivery person was an 8-month pregnant woman, that they would be able to tell you and call you and say, hey man, your package can't make it because, she's pregnant and growing a life inside of her. But yes, I had issues with getting a package, and it was one of those that I thought to myself, you know what? I'm like, no matter what happens, I need to get this package, and I'm gonna make it happen. So, I did. I took an early lunch, I drove over, I grabbed it, I went home, I looked at my lady, and I said, here's the package, it's a day late, and I told her I don't give a fuck. I gave her a kiss, and I left. And I don't know, it's weird, because when moments like this happen in my life, I think to myself, man, I'm taking charge. I'm learning what I can and can't do with my abilities and my emotionality. And what I mean is that I've been a follower my whole life, is that I gauge off of other people's situations and gauge off of their emotions, and have let that dictate me for a very, very long time. I personally think that it comes from a place of, being mentally abused and not really knowing, what the right answer is, because it was kind of like, the situation that I was in when I was younger, when bad stuff was happening to me, was that it was kind of like Salem witch trial, is that if I said that I didn't do it, I got punished, but if I said that I did do it, I was looked down upon, but I wasn't punished. So it was that kind of weird thing. And it really fucks with you as you get older, because you think to yourself, man, like, how do I figure out life? How do I gauge these things? Like, it can even sometimes make you feel like a sociopath, because you feel like you have to dictate yourself off of other people. But today is one of those moments where I look at my life and I go, no man, I am in control. Things are good. It's taken a long time to be able to get here, and I think that, if anything, it makes me feel very triumphant in these moments, and it makes me realize that I don't need to put up with the world's BS. I don't get angry like I used to. I don't get worried like I used to, but in the same hand is that I will always have depression. I will always have anxiety. I will always have these certain things that are going on inside of me. But it's nowhere near what it used to be. Some people, including myself, take the NF approach, which when they say, oh my God, things around me are great, now that means that my anxiety is gonna spike. And I've had many conversations with people about this, because there are times that, sitting on the couch with somebody, or, being at work with someone, or, going over to somebody's house where, maybe they're just in a funk and they're just not doing well, and you ask them, hey man, what's going on? And their response is something to the effect of, man, me and my girlfriend are getting along, I'm getting paid well at my job, and, all these good things are happening. And it usually ends with them saying something to the effect of, I'm waiting for the next shoe to drop. I'm waiting for the next bad thing. I'm gearing myself up, and I'm becoming a tortoise. I'm just turning my outer shell into just, bulletproof chitin that can just be around me all the time. And the tough thing is that I get it, but in the same hand is that you have to look around and go, man, if you keep shelling yourself, if you keep doing that, then you're going to miss what's happening. But then the following day, I have the exact same thing happen to me because things are going well. I think it's one of the many things that makes me very angry against the enemy, is the fact that it's, even in our comfort, is that we don't have the ability to be comfortable. We as humanity have been screwed over so much by our own people, and then also by those that are not in our immediate 150, that we genuinely think that everybody is out to get us. Even as I was heading to the post office, I was ready for war. I was ready to take them down, and I was ready to be like, nah man, I'm not leaving until I get my package. And I won't lie, I kind of had that moment where they were like, all right, well, here you go. And I was kind of frustrated because I wanted to argue. I let go of that pretty quickly, but in the same hand is that it was just that moment of realizing, damn, things are okay. I can relax. I don't have to worry. I don't have to, think to myself, oh God, what's the next horrible thing that's going to happen? Because let's be clear, horrible shit is always going to happen. Whether you believe in a God or not, we are fallen, we are decrepit, we are sinful, we are, so many terrible things as people on this planet. We're aggressively selfish, we're fearful. Fearful makes us hateful, and there's these horrible cycles and things that happen in life, and weather patterns and everything else that's going on. Bad shit will always happen. And to me, I think that it's one of those that you have to sit back and go, all right, you know what? fuck you. If this is how it's going to be, I'm just going to enjoy myself in between all of the bullshit. And I might actually even enjoy myself in the bullshit. Now, I would say that I think for some people that it's impossible because they put themselves in situations in their home life, like, you know, whether or not it's one thing or another, there's a constant stressor that's always around them, that's always just picking at them and just makes them, you know, like uptight all the time. And I was there for a long time. The difference is now is that even my home life is peaceful, it's relaxing. I've had many times that I've looked at Crystal and I've said, hey, do you hear that? And we both just stop and just look around and she goes, hear what? And I said, nothing. There's nothing. It's so peaceful. It's so relaxing. One of the things that I've always wanted to do since I was an adult and I could afford my own place was that I wanted to be able to make it a safe haven for people. The ironic part is that it was a safe haven for people, but for me, it was a nightmare. Having that changeover and having things be just normal and just fine, where there's not a fight, there's not an issue, there's no problems. I don't have too many animals that drive me nuts. I don't have children I can't afford. I don't have a significant other that's manipulative. I don't have all these negative things. Life has finally evened out. Don't miss it. The day that it happens for you, because it will, don't miss it. And even in the midst of the bullshit, don't miss the good things that are happening. I believe it was Shia LaBeouf that said this during his interview with John Bernthal when he said, a laugh is a miracle. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to enjoy the things that are around you. Laugh even amongst the bullshit. Laugh even though things aren't right. Laugh even though things are frustrating. Find that TikTok video or that reel or something that just, you know, something that just perks your heart and just brings your smile out and just makes you the person that you've always tried to be and that you want to be. In the midst of everything, laugh. Thanks, guys.